When society as we know it begins to unravel, the value of everyday items will shift dramatically. In a world where survival becomes the ultimate currency, certain products will skyrocket in worth, far surpassing the allure of gold or cash. These are the items that will keep you alive, secure, and thriving when the comforts of modern life fade away. Whether it's for bartering, survival, or simply staying ahead of the chaos, knowing what to stockpile now could make all the difference later. In this video, we'll uncover 7 products that'll be worth more than gold when society collapses. From essential tools to life-sustaining resources, these items are not just practical, they're priceless in a post-collapse world. Whether you're a seasoned prepper or just starting to think about the future, this list will help you prepare for the unexpected. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe. Stay informed with the latest survival tips, prepping strategies, and must-have gear recommendations. Don't wait until it's too late. Subscribe now and be ready for whatever comes next. Let's get started. 1. Steel wool, the unassuming fire-starting powerhouse. When you think about essential survival gear, your mind probably jumps to knives, water filters, or a sturdy backpack. But what about that humble ball of steel wool tucked away under your kitchen sink? It might seem like a simple cleaning tool, but in a world turned upside down, it becomes one of the most valuable resources you can possess. This isn't just about scrubbing pots, this is about creating fire, the very essence of survival, with astonishing ease. The primary survival function of steel wool is its incredible ability to work as a reliable fire starter when paired with a simple 9V battery. All you have to do is touch the battery's terminals to a piece of fine-grade steel wool and it will ignite instantly, producing a shower of hot sparks that can catch tinder. The best part, it works flawlessly in conditions where other methods fail. Pouring rain, heavy snow, or the dead of night won't stop this combination from producing a life-saving flame. In a scenario where your matches are wet and your lighter is out of fuel, this simple trick could be the difference between a warm, secure night and a dangerously cold one. The value of fire in a survival situation cannot be overstated. It provides warmth to stave off hypothermia, a way to cook food and make it safe to eat, a method for boiling and sterilizing water to prevent deadly waterborne illnesses, and a source of light and psychological comfort in the dark. Without a dependable way to make fire, your chances of survival plummet. Steel wool offers that dependability in a lightweight, compact package that you can easily carry in your pocket or bug-out bag. But its usefulness doesn't stop at fire starting. This versatile material is a true multi-tool. You can use it to scrub rust off your essential tools and knives, keeping them functional and sharp. It's also great for sharpening blades in a pinch or cleaning your firearms and other critical gear. This multi-use capability makes every square inch of it precious. In a post-collapse society where modern conveniences are gone, the ability to create fire on demand becomes a form of power. Imagine the trade value of something so simple yet so vital. Someone desperate for warmth, a hot meal, or clean water would trade almost anything for it. Food, medical supplies, shelter, or even protection could be bartered for a small vacuum-sealed pack of steel wool and a battery. People will quickly realize that gold can't keep them warm, but a fire can. This makes steel wool an incredibly valuable and easily transportable trade good. For anyone serious about prepping, there are a few key takeaways. It's crucial to stock up on fine-grade steel wool, specifically in 0000000. Don't just store it in one location, distribute it across your home, your vehicle, and every one of your survival kits. And most importantly, practice using it. Test your steel wool and batteries before you have to rely on them. Mastering this simple skill now will ensure you have one of the most effective survival tools at your disposal when it truly matters. 2. The unsung hero of your survival kit, the tampon. Let's talk about an item that is often overlooked in survival discussions, yet holds an incredible amount of utility: the tampon. While its primary purpose is well known, its value in a collapse scenario extends far beyond menstrual hygiene. This small, sterile, and compactly packaged item is a genuine multi-tool, and its versatility could be a lifesaver when resources are scarce. One of its most critical alternative uses is in the realm of medical aid. In an emergency, a tampon can be an incredibly effective tool for wound packing. When someone suffers a deep cut, puncture wound, or even a gunshot wound, controlling the bleeding is the immediate priority. The highly absorbent cotton in a tampon is designed to expand, making it perfect for packing into a wound to apply direct pressure and help stop the flow of blood until more comprehensive medical care can be administered. Since they come individually wrapped and sterile, you minimize the risk of introducing infection, which is a major advantage when clean medical supplies are unavailable. Having a few of these in your first aid kit could be the crucial intervention that prevents a manageable injury from becoming a fatal one. Beyond its medical applications, the tampon is also an excellent fire starter. The densely packed cotton inside is fantastic tinder. When you're dealing with damp conditions, finding dry material to start a fire can be a serious challenge. A tampon, protected by its plastic or cardboard applicator and wrapper, remains dry and ready to use. Simply pull apart the cotton, fluff it up to increase the surface area, and it will catch a spark from a ferro rod or a lighter with ease. It burns hot and consistently, giving you the precious few moments needed to ignite larger kindling and build a sustainable fire for warmth, cooking, and security. Another brilliant use is as a pre-filter for water. While it won't purify water on its own, you can use the cotton from a tampon to strain out sediment, leaves, and other large debris from a water source before running it through your primary water filter. This pre-filtering step significantly extends the life of your more valuable filter cartridge, which is a critical consideration for long-term survival. The list of uses keeps going. The absorbent cotton can be used as a makeshift nasal plug to stop a severe nosebleed or even to help filter out some smoke during a fire. And, of course, its intended use for menstrual hygiene remains incredibly important. In a world without convenience stores, basic hygiene products will become priceless luxuries. This brings us to their barter value. Think about it. Half the population will have a recurring need for these products. The comfort, sanitation, and dignity they provide will make them a highly sought-after commodity. People will be willing to trade valuable resources like food, water, or tools for a steady supply. For any prepper, the takeaway is clear. Tampons are lightweight, take up minimal space, and come sterile and sealed, making them perfect for stashing in every bug-out bag, vehicle kit, and at-home stockpile. They are a prime example of how everyday items can become indispensable tools for survival. The overlooked guardian, the simple snap trap. When you're building a survival stockpile, it's easy to focus on the big-ticket items like food, water purifiers, and self-defense tools. But some of the most effective survival assets are the simplest, most unassuming ones. Let's talk about the humble snap trap. You probably associate it with catching the occasional mouse in your garage, but in a societal collapse, this small mechanical device transforms into a silent, multi-purpose tool that is absolutely essential for long-term survival. Its most immediate and crucial role is pest control. In a world without regular sanitation services and waste disposal, rodent populations will explode. These pests are not just a nuisance, they are a direct threat to your survival. A family of rats can decimate your carefully stockpiled food reserves in a shockingly short amount of time, turning months of preparation into a pile of contaminated waste. Even worse, they are notorious carriers of diseases that can be deadly in a world without access to modern medicine. Placing snap traps around your food storage area and your living space is a low-tech, highly effective way to protect your resources and your health from this ever-present threat. They work silently day and night, without needing electricity or complex maintenance. Beyond protecting your supplies, snap traps can also be adapted to protect you. Their simple spring-loaded mechanism makes them perfect for creating a rudimentary but effective perimeter alarm system. By rigging a snap trap with a tripwire, you can set up an early warning system around your camp or home. When an intruder, whether animal or human, trips the wire, the loud snap will instantly alert you to the presence of a potential threat. While it won't stop an intruder, that crucial moment of warning gives you time to react, investigate, and prepare. In a situation where awareness is everything, a few strategically placed snap traps can provide an invaluable layer of security and peace of mind, especially while you are sleeping. Furthermore, these traps are not just for defense, they can also be a source of sustenance. With the right bait and placement, a snap trap can be used to catch small game like squirrels, rats, or even small birds. While it might not be your first choice for a meal, in a true survival scenario, protein is protein. This makes the snap trap a passive food procurement tool, working for you while you focus on other essential tasks. It's a quiet, efficient way to supplement your food supply without expending much energy or making noise that could attract unwanted attention. Because they are so often overlooked in prepping, snap traps will have incredible barter value. When others are watching their food supplies dwindle due to rodent infestations, A person with a stock of reliable traps holds a powerful solution. They are lightweight, durable, and reusable, making them an ideal trade item. People will quickly recognize their worth and be willing to trade valuable goods for the ability to protect their own families and resources. For the savvy prepper, the lesson is to stock up now. Buy sturdy, well-made traps and store them in vacuum-sealed packs to prevent rust. Include bait, like dried fruit or jerky, and some string or wire for setting up alarms. This simple, inexpensive item is a true survival force multiplier, offering protection, security, and a potential food source all in one compact package. 4. The unlikely hero for your water supply, the aquarium air pump. When you're stockpiling for a collapse, water is at the top of the list. You have your filters, your purification tablets, and hopefully, large containers to store it. But there's a hidden danger in long-term water storage that many people forget. Stagnation. Water that sits for months on end becomes a breeding ground for anaerobic bacteria and algae, turning your life-saving supply into a foul-smelling, potentially toxic mess. This is where one of the most unusual but brilliant survival tools comes into play: the simple, battery-powered aquarium air pump. Its main function in a survival context is to keep your stored water oxygenated. By bubbling a steady stream of air through your water barrels or tanks, you prevent the growth of harmful microorganisms that thrive in low-oxygen environments. This simple action keeps your water fresh, clean, and safe to drink for a much longer period, preserving one of your most precious resources without needing to constantly rotate it or treat it with chemicals. For a small investment, you're essentially ensuring the long-term viability of your entire water stockpile. The utility of this handy little device extends beyond just preserving stored water. If you're planning for sustainable, off-grid living, you'll find it invaluable for a small-scale hydroponics or aquaponics system. These soil-free growing methods are incredibly efficient for producing food, but they rely on oxygenated water to keep plant roots healthy and nutrient solutions properly mixed. A battery-powered air pump can circulate the water and provide the necessary aeration, allowing you to grow fresh produce even without a stable power grid. This turns the pump from a simple preservation tool into a key component of your food production strategy. Its potential for improvisation is also significant. In a pinch, it can be used to provide a small amount of airflow into a sealed space, like a makeshift shelter or a root cellar, preventing the air from becoming stale and dangerously low on oxygen. It could even be adapted for low-pressure ventilation setups to help clear smoke or fumes from a confined area. One of the biggest advantages of an aquarium air pump is its power source. It runs on standard batteries, which are easy to stockpile and store. Unlike solar-powered devices that are useless at night or on cloudy days, or fuel-powered generators that are noisy and require a constant supply of gasoline, this pump works reliably anytime, anywhere. It's lightweight, quiet, and incredibly dependable. This reliability is what makes it so valuable. In a world where access to clean water is a matter of life and death, the ability to keep your own supply fresh will be a superpower. Imagine the barter value. Your neighbor, whose stored water has turned green and undrinkable, would trade almost anything for the tool that could have prevented it. A $20 pump could easily be worth a week's worth of food, medical supplies, or other critical gear. For the prepared individual, stocking up on a few of these pumps along with a healthy supply of backup batteries is a non-negotiable. It's a small, inexpensive step that could be the difference between having safe, drinkable water and falling victim to a preventable illness. 5. Graphite lubricant. The secret to silent survival. In a survival situation, the smallest details can have the biggest consequence. One of the most overlooked yet critical aspects of staying alive is noise discipline. Every creak, squeak, and clank is a potential announcement of your location to those you'd rather avoid. This is where a small tube of graphite lubricant becomes an operator's best friend, and a tool worth its weight in gold. When you think of lubrication, you probably picture a can of oil, but that's often the worst choice for your survival gear. Oil is a liquid that can be a magnet for dust, dirt, and grime. In the field, this sticky residue can gum up the moving parts of your essential equipment, leading to mechanical jams at the worst possible moments. Imagine your firearm failing to cycle or a crucial folding knife refusing to open because it's clogged with oily debris. Oil can also thicken or freeze in extreme cold and become thin and runny in high heat, making it unreliable when you need it most. This is why seasoned preppers turn to graphite. Graphite is a dry lubricant, which is its greatest advantage. It creates a slick, durable film over surfaces without the sticky, dirt-attracting mess of oil. It's completely odorless, which is a huge plus when you're trying to remain undetected by both animals and humans. Furthermore, it is incredibly resistant to extreme temperatures, so it won't fail you whether you're in a freezing winter or a scorching summer. This means your gear will function smoothly, quietly, and reliably every single time. Its uses are nearly endless for anyone focused on stealth and maintenance. A puff of graphite into a rusty lock will allow you to open it silently. Applying it to the hinges of a door or gate in your shelter means you can move without giving away your position with a loud creak. It's essential for maintaining firearms, ensuring the action is smooth and dependable without attracting fouling. It can be used on zippers for your tent or backpack, on the joints of folding tools, and on anything with moving parts that needs to operate without a sound. The survival value of silence cannot be overstated. In a post-collapse world, noise can attract unwanted attention, from desperate scavengers to hostile groups. The ability to move, operate, and maintain your equipment in near silence is a massive tactical advantage. It's the difference between being the hunter and the hunted. A squeaky backpack strap or a loud gate could be the mistake that costs you everything. Graphite lubricant is the tool that ensures you maintain that critical element of surprise and stealth. Because of this specialized and vital function, its barter value will be immense. While others are struggling with noisy, unreliable gear, you will have the solution. Anyone who relies on a firearm for protection, a lock for security, or tools for their work will quickly recognize the need for a superior lubricant. They will be more than willing to trade valuable supplies like food, water, or ammunition for a small, lightweight tube of graphite powder. It's a long-lasting, easy-to-carry item that should be in every single survival bag and toolkit. It's not just about maintenance, it's about mastering the art of silent operation. 6. The simple shield that defeats an army of tiny killers. In a world reeling from collapse, the most significant threats might not be the most obvious ones. While people focus on hostile encounters and securing large resources, a far smaller, more insidious enemy will be on the wing. Insects, mosquitoes, ticks, and other biting pests aren't just an annoyance. They are carriers of debilitating and often deadly diseases. When healthcare systems have failed and medicine is a rare commodity, a simple mosquito bite can lead to malaria, dengue fever, West Nile virus, or a host of other infections that could easily prove fatal. This is why a humble mosquito net transcends its simple design to become one of the most critical pieces of survival equipment you can own. Its primary role is to create an impenetrable barrier between you and these tiny killers while you sleep. In a survival scenario, your rest is sacred. It's when your body recovers, heals, and prepares for the next day's challenges. A mosquito net ensures that this crucial rest is not interrupted by a swarm of biting insects, protecting you from the immediate discomfort and the long-term danger of vector-borne illness. The survival impact of a mosquito net is profound and multifaceted. Beyond disease prevention, it preserves your physical and mental energy. Anyone who has tried to sleep in an area with a heavy insect population knows the maddening effect of constant buzzing and biting. This leads to sleep deprivation, which quickly results in poor decision-making, slowed reflexes, and a weakened immune system, all of which are disastrous in a high-stakes environment. Keeping insects at bay allows for deep, restorative sleep, which is essential for maintaining the strength, focus, and resilience needed to survive. Furthermore, it protects you from the secondary infections that can arise from scratching bites. A simple scratch can become an open wound, and without proper hygiene and medical supplies, that wound can easily become infected, leading to serious complications. A mosquito net is a preventative measure that stops this entire chain of events before it can start. There is also a significant psychological boost that comes with using a mosquito net. In chaotic and uncertain conditions, creating a small personal space where you feel safe and secure can be incredibly comforting. The act of setting up your net at night can become a ritual that provides a sense of normalcy and control. It offers a degree of privacy and a psychological shield from the outside world, allowing you to decompress and recharge mentally. This small sanctuary can be a powerful tool for maintaining morale, which is just as important as maintaining your physical health. Given these life-saving benefits, the barter value of a mosquito net will be astronomical. As insect populations boom in the absence of municipal control measures, people will become desperate for relief. A parent with a sick child or an individual weakened by constant bites would trade almost anything for the protection a net provides. Food, tools, fuel, all will be on the table for this lightweight, compact, and highly effective piece of gear. For the smart prepper, the conclusion is clear: stock up on multiple high-quality nets. Carry one for personal use in every bag and keep spares for trade. It's a simple, inexpensive item that provides an unparalleled level of protection against one of survival's most pervasive and deadly threats. 7. Your feet are your engine. The critical role of high-quality in a world where society has broken down, the single most important asset you have is your mobility. When cars are useless hunks of metal, fuel is non-existent, and all forms of modern transportation have vanished. Your own 2 feet become your primary vehicle. They are the engine that will carry you to safety, toward resources, or away from danger. And if that engine fails, your entire survival plan fails with it. This is why a seemingly mundane item, a pair of high-quality insoles, is one of the most vital pieces of gear you can have. Their core purpose is to protect your feet, transforming any pair of boots or shoes into a sustainable platform for long-distance travel. In a post-collapse scenario, you will be walking more than you ever have in your life, likely carrying a heavy pack over rough terrain. This puts an immense strain on your body, and it all starts with your feet. The physical benefits of a good pair of insoles are immediate and profound. They provide crucial arch support, proper cushioning, and shock absorption that your standard-issue shoe insert simply can't match. This isn't about luxury, it's about injury prevention. The right insoles will drastically reduce your risk of developing painful blisters, which can quickly become infected and incapacitating in an unsanitary environment. They help prevent plantar fasciitis, arch pain, and shin splints, conditions that can make every step an agony. The benefits travel up your entire body, helping to align your posture, which reduces strain on your knees, hips, and lower back. When you're carrying a 40-pound pack for miles every day, this support is the difference between being a capable survivor and becoming a stationary target. Simply put, mobility equals survival. If you can't move because your feet are raw, blistered, or in constant pain, you can't hunt, scavenge, or escape. Your feet are your foundation, and insoles are the essential reinforcement for that foundation. Beyond the critical physical advantages, there's a significant psychological comfort that a good pair of insoles provides. During a long and arduous journey, small comforts can have a huge impact on your morale. The relief of cushioned, supported feet at the end of a grueling day is a small but powerful boost. It helps you rest better and face the next day with a more positive mindset. In a world defined by hardship, anything that reduces pain and increases comfort is a powerful tool for maintaining mental fortitude. Because of their immense value, high-quality insoles will become an incredibly sought-after barter item. When people are forced to travel long distances on foot, the reality of foot pain and injury will set in quickly. The person who can offer relief, the person with a spare pair of new, well-made insoles, will be in a powerful trading position. People will gladly trade food, water, ammunition, or other valuable supplies for the promise of mobility without pain. For the forward-thinking prepper, the advice is simple: don't just invest in good boots, invest in several pairs of excellent insoles. Test them now, pre-fit them to your footwear, and have spares packed in your bug-out bag and vehicle. Treating your feet like the critical survival engine they are is one of the smartest preparations you can make. As we've seen, the items that will truly hold value when society fractures aren't the ones locked away in a safe. Gold can't start a fire, purify water, or protect you from disease. True wealth in a world stripped of modern conveniences is found in practicality, utility, and the ability to sustain life. The 7 products we've covered, from steel wool and tampons to mosquito nets and high-quality insoles, all share these essential traits. They are simple, often overlooked, and yet possess the power to solve critical survival problems. The key takeaway is that preparation is about thinking differently. It's about looking past the obvious and recognizing the immense potential in everyday items. Each product on this list serves a direct, life-saving purpose, whether it's ensuring you have fire, clean water, protection from illness, or the mobility to keep moving. They are the tools that will provide comfort, security, and a significant advantage when it matters most. Don't wait for a crisis to realize the importance of these items. The time to act is now, while they are cheap, plentiful, and easy to acquire. Take this list, build your stockpile, and practice using these tools. Your future self may thank you for having the foresight to trade a few dollars today for a resource that will be priceless tomorrow. True preparedness isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Start empowering yourself today.